from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A very good evening and welcome to the National News Broadcast. I'm Malsha Dharmavardhana.
And I'm Siobhan Pereira. Let's take a look at the headlines right away.
Plans to develop Arugambe as a tourist zone with high revenue. 50% vacancies exist among lecturers in state universities. The Justice Minister says the Express Pearl case is to be handed over to a commercial high court in Singapore. Investigations continue on financial frauds in pyramid scheme. Several areas receive rains, but hot weather condition prevails in 4 provinces. Former US President Trump enters history as the first president with prison registration.
On to those and other stories in detail now, starting with your local stories. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says the program is being implemented expeditiously to develop the Arugambe tourist zone as a tourist location which could attract the attention of local and foreign tourists and to earn a higher income.
The President was expressing these sentiments in a meeting with entrepreneurs engaged in the tourism industry in Arugambe this morning. The President was also engaged in an inspection tour in Arugambe and Peanut Farm Beach in the Ampara district. He was also looked into shortcomings in the tourist zones and was also engaged in friendly talks with tourists. Thereafter, the President has attended a discussion which dealt in depth on the problems in the tourism sector. He has also pointed out on the need to take speedy measures to shift the location of Arugambe Fisheries Harbour to facilitate the fishermen. Parliamentarian W.D. Veerasinghe said that discussing the issue of the fishing pier located in the entrance of the Arugambe beach, an enduring historical concern has been raised. Parliamentarian S.M.M. Musharraf said that in the current discussion he wishes to emphasize that a comprehensive breakdown of President Wickremesinghe's development vision for the area is superfluous. His profound understanding of these intricacies has become apparent, particularly following his first-hand exploration of Arugambe and Peanut Farm earlier today. Parliamentarian A.L.M. Athaula has said that the nation is graced with a wealth of historical heritage and natural magnificence that transcends provincial boundaries. Every religion and region contributes its unique intrinsic value endowed with distinct resources. Hence, the Eastern Province possesses the potential to significantly bolster the country's economic foundation. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that to counter this potential scenario, they have devised a novel program. Notably, substantial focus has been directed towards the Eastern Province with a particular emphasis on the Trincomalee district's development. In the endeavour, we have secured support from India for advancing the Trincomalee district. Our plan encompasses harnessing the land portion of the left bank of the Mahaveli zone to facilitate development activities. This includes the establishment of a sizable investment zone spanning approximately 1,000 acres. It's crucial to highlight that concurrent with the tourism industry's advancement, an agricultural modernization scheme and a development project for the fishing industry has been formulated to elevate this industry's prospects. Moreover, a primary objective to enhance the living standards of the Ampara district's people, a region inhabited by economically disadvantaged individuals. This has been a key focus driving the modernization of both the fishing and agricultural sectors in Ampara. The targeting of achieving a rice yield of at least 7 to 8 metric tons per hectare is set, with corresponding initiatives in animal husbandry being enacted in the province as well. In the forthcoming decade, a concentrated effort is being directed towards elevating the annual tourist influx from 2.5 million to 5 million initially, followed by a subsequent surge to 10 million visitors. Global projections underscore that by 2035, a significant 10% of the global GDP would be attributed to the tourism sector. Hence, nations must take heed of their contribution to this economic trend. In line with this, the robust initiative seeks to attract no less than 10 to 20 million tourists annually to this region. The formulation of the comprehensive strategy to levy fees of $300 to $500 per day per tourist is in progress, aiming at materializing this goal within the eastern province. Presently, the landscape of tourists exhibits distinctive features. A segment of tourists gravitates towards these provinces, nurturing activities such as water skiing, which holds substantial tourist allure, becoming pivotal. The complete transformation of this entire region into a dedicated tourism hub is a primary objective. Concurrently, the urban and rural development endeavors must continue to advance. It is imperative to distinguish between the advancement of tourism and the enhancement of people's livelihoods.
Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, says that investigations are being conducted continuously regarding the financial frauds in the pyramid schemes. He requests all concerned not to be deceived by these racketeers and to inform the law implementations on institutes on such frauds. The Governor of the Central Bank has made these observations at a media briefing to convene the evaluation of the 6th financial policies of the year 2023. Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, said that several institutions have been named engaged in pyramid scheme frauds. He has requested the general public not to invest in such ventures. They must try to recover the funds from the fraudsters. He had also called upon the victims of such racketeering to inform their plight, other police or the CID. The Governor has also extended thanks to the media for giving publicity on this issue. He has also expressed belief that the general public will not be able to be cheated continuously by these illicit groups. It has been revealed that a 50% vacancies of lecturers exist at the state universities.
This was disclosed at the instance of the presentation of the National Strategic Plan prepared by the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura to modernize the entire state university system before the COPE committee yesterday. It has been revealed that 50% of vacancies of lecturers exist at the state universities. The committee on the formation of the National Strategic Plan was comprised of Secretary to the Ministry of Education Nihal Rupasinghe, Chairman of the University Grants Commission Senior Professor Sampath Amaratunga and Vice Chancellor of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura Senior Professor P. Padmalal. The COPE committee has informed the Secretary to the Ministry of Education to appoint a task force upon evaluating the strategic plan and to furnish a report. Chairman of the COPE committee, Professor Ranjit Bandara, said that small student groups should not be allowed the opportunity to topple the entire university system. It is also the responsibility of the University Grants Commission to maintain the quality of university education. Professor Ranjit Bandara also said that at least 50% of the local universities should be turned into research universities. Chairman of the University Grants Commission, Senior Professor Sampath Amaratunga, stated that although 12,992 university lecturers should engage in service, but services are being provided at present by only 6,548 lecturers. Similar discrepancies are witnessed in the non-academic staff as well. Professor Amaratunga further said that at least 1,000 lecturers should be recruited.
Minister of Justice Vijaydas Rajapaksa said in Parliament today that the court case relating to the Express Pearl ship is expected to be transferred to the Singapore Commercial High Court. He further said that the court is comprised of international judges. Minister Vijayadasa Rajapaksa said that the chairman of the Sectoral Oversight Committee on Environment, Natural Resources and Sustainable Development, Ajit Mannapperuma, had handed over the Express Pearl accident and the compensation report. He added that the committee was comprised of 12 parliamentarians, yet only members, including the chairman, have signed the committee report. Minister Rajapaksa has pointed out that the remaining 6 members should indicate their support or opposition to the report. The minister also said that there are many constructive recommendations, yet facts have been represented, trivializing the activities of the Attorney General's department. Attacking on the judiciary powers by the parliament or the media would be subject the entire Sri Lankan population into disrepute. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa said that a serious doubt had whether the state institutions were acting correctly and honestly. He added that the parliamentarians have the right to question these issues. The opposition leader has also acknowledged the fact that the activities should be carried out without causing harm to the legal system. Minister Vijayadasa Rajapaksa said that the Attorney General has only limited activity in this regard. He has no authority to evaluate compensation. It is a task entrusted to the Environmental Conservation Authority. The authority has appointed a committee consisting of 40 specialists. He also said only they could do is to take legal action based upon the report of the committee. He also said that the chairman of the committee, in a very distraught manner about the Attorney General to make the case unsuccessful. He was engaged in cross-examining attorneys at law of the opposition parties in the committee. Meanwhile, Minister Susil Premachandra says that the primary education should come under the international standards.
He has expressed this opinion at a discussion at the Education Ministry yesterday. Minister Susil Premachandra said that the Sri Lankans must act according to the international standards. The minister added that's why he has stated that colleges of education should be molded to the university status. There should be an institute to certify teachers. Students go to technical colleges to obtain diplomas, and then they are asking for teaching appointments. After the year 2028, teachers will not be appointed without degrees. The Department of Meteorology says the provinces of Northern, North Central, Eastern and Uva as well as the Hambantota district should have more effect on the prevailing hot weather condition. The meteorology report adds that many locations in the island could experience showers or thunder showers. Ampara and Batiklo in the eastern province, Polonnaruwa district in the northern central province may experience showers or thunder showers, especially in the evenings or at night. The Met Department further predicts minor rainfall in the Ratnapura, Galle and Mathura districts. The sea areas beyond the coast of Hambantota to Potuville, as well as from Putlam to Kankasanture via Mana, may turn somewhat rough. Meanwhile, several kumbuk trees along the road of the Protectorate near the 31st milepost in Markandura on the Kurunegala-Nigambo main road have been destroyed by the fire last evening. The police suspect a fire in a paddy field may have spread to the roadside. Around 70 acres of peanut and red onion cultivations in Poltpitigama, Kurunegala have been affected by the inclement dry weather condition. The farmers have requested for a group of officials of the Ministry of Agriculture and the Provincial Agriculture Department who have inspected the damages to provide them with water supply until the harvesting season. They have also urged the authorities to build an electric fence to protect their cultivations from wild animals. Meanwhile, several kumbuk trees along the road of the Protectorate near the 31st mile post in Makandura on the Kurunegala-Negombo main road have been destroyed by a fire last evening. The police suspect a fire in a paddy field may have spread to the roadside. Out of the 175 kumbuk trees in the Protectorate, nearly 25 have been destroyed by the fire. The fifth Kumbal Perahera of the Kandy Asala Festival is now parading the streets. At Vidya, today's episode focuses on the history of elephants who carried the sacred casket of relics at the Kandy Dalada Perahera before the year 1950.
Elephant Raja carried the casket of sacred relics of the Sri Dalada Maligava for nearly 40 years, since the 1950s. In the year 1980, several tuskers had come forward to carry the sacred relics. There had been several special tusk elephants before Raja who dutifully fulfilled the task of carrying the casket. That comes into mind in this regard is the elephant known by the name Dunuvila, which carried the sacred casket from the year 1890 to 1900. Editor of Ceylon Tuskers, Salinda Sampath, said that the owner of this elephant was Gajanayaka Nilame and in the Senkadagala kingdom, who was known by the Dunuvila Disave. Dunuvila Tusker was also known by other names, Godakota or Hondakota. The reasons for having such names was that an injury caused as a result of dragging kittlewood using its trunk. The pair of tusks of this majestic tusker are still being in the Kandy Lake roundabout. Another well-known casket carrier before Raja was the elephant
Attorney of information provided to the police by the general public. To examine heroin-related cases, he believed of setting up of a 3-member High Court system of similar nature to investigate organized crimes.
අපි ලබා දුන් තොරතුරු ඒ ආකාරයෙන්ම අපරාධකරුවන් අතර පත් වෙලා තිබෙනවා. ඒ පිළිබඳවයි මම ඔබගෙන් ප්‍රශ්න කරා.
එවැනි සිදුවීම්
Police media spokesman SSP Attorney at Law Nihal Talduwa said that in the past they have taken disciplinary action against officials who disregarded public complaints on organized crime. All investigations are based on public information. He called upon all those affected by these criminal gangs to convey information to the police stations.
State Minister of Women and Child Affairs Geeta Kumar Singha says that steps will be taken to provide a systematic training for preschool teachers with the objective of enhancing pre-child development. The government has also focused attention to provide a salary to preschool teachers. She stressed these sentiments during a press conference convened at the Presidential Media Centre under the theme, Collective Path to a Stable Country. State Minister of Women and Child Affairs Geeta Kumar Singha said that running preschools should be subject to certain regulations. The initial mental state of children is created by preschools. No one cares much about early childhood. That is why the government has decided to provide formal training to preschool teachers. As in countries like Japan and Switzerland, the training level of preschool teachers should be brought to a higher level. It is also necessary to send them to such countries and provide them with proper training.
The Kataragama Medical Officer of Health Office says the number of dengue patients in the Kataragama Tissa Maharama area has gone up considerably in the past month. Many dengue control programs are being implemented in the area. Medical Officer of the Health Kataragama Ajit Kumar says 45 patients have been reported from Tissa Maharama last month. The drain system in Kataragama town was cleaned with assistance of Kataragama Pradeshya Sabha and the Office of the Kataragama Medical Officers of Health.
A discussion for the setting up of an agricultural technology exchange program between Vietnam and Sri Lanka was conducted yesterday at the Ministry of Agriculture. Attention has been focused at the meeting on the utilization of agricultural and fisheries technologies of Vietnam to confront the local food crisis. Minister Mahinda Amarawira and Vietnamese ambassador in Sri Lanka, Ho Thien Thun, were present on this occasion.
The cremation of late Anunayaka Thera of Sri Lanka Ramanya Mahanikaya, Venerable Nadagamwe Vijaya Maitri Thera, will be held at the Japalavatta Esplanade in Minuwangoda on the 27th of this month. Remains of the late Anunayaka Thera were lying at the Vidya Vansha Pirivena in Indigolla, Gampaha. The body was brought to Sri Sambuddha Jyotikarama Bhikkhu Institute in Minuwangoda after religious observances. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena delivered a message of condolences on the passing away of the Thera. Said Venerable Nadagamwe Vijaya Maitri Thera had delivered an immeasurable service to Buddha Sasana. He has further pointed out in the message that the Anunayaka Thera was also shouldering the huge responsibility of the Sasana to propagate Theravada Buddhist Dhamma to the world. Welcome back. Taking a look at your international news. The photograph of Donald Trump scowling diffidently into the camera in the Fulton County Sheriff's Office will go down in history.
The mugshot, the first of a former US president, came after his fourth arrest in 5 months. Mr. Trump was charged last week with 18 alleged co-conspirators with attempting to overturn his 2020 election defeat in the state of Georgia. At least 11 of the co-conspirators, Mr. Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, Jenna Ellis, Kenneth Chesebro, Kathy Latham, Harrison Floyd, Mark Meadows, Ray Smith and Scott Hall have so far been booked and processed at the local jail in Atlanta. While the former president and his supporters are clearly pleased with his mugshot, photos of his indicted allies have been less well received. Mr. Trump posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, for the first time since January 2021 to share the address of his website and the mugshot with an all-capital letters caption, "Election interference, never surrender within hours." His campaign website was selling mugshot branded mugs, t-shirts, drink coolers. John Bolton, who served as the national security advisor under Mr. Trump, said the image was likely carefully staged. Mr. Bolton told CNN that Trump could have smiled. He could have looked benign, adding instead, "He looks like a thug."
Terima kasih, Pantamai. Taking a look at your sports news, Nadika Lakmali, the Sri Lanka's champion in the javelin throw for the 23 years, have bid farewell to the sports at the 47th National Sports Festival.
She has represented Southern Province and won gold medal for the javelin throw for the province at the games this year as well. Nadika Lakmali has won the female national championship trophy for 17 years and also represented Sri Lanka at the Olympics, the Commonwealth Games and the Asian Games. Former Sri Lanka opener Tilakaratne Dilshan has played a commendable inning in the US Masters T10 cricket tournament being conducted in the US. Tilakaratne Dilshan, playing for the New York Warriors, scored 43 runs in 27 balls, which included 3 sixes and 3 boundaries. California Kings team beat the Warriors team by 15 runs.
With that, we conclude tonight's news on Rupavahini. Join us tomorrow at the very same time. Good night.